Hey everyone, and welcome to the PlantStock Daily. Jesse here if we haven't met yet. Today we will first take a look at an article from The Street where the author believes that the McPlant is just a gimmick and it won't lead to much sales. I'm going to respond to that. Then we will try to answer the question if we have reached the bottom with our plant stocks, and if we haven't, should we start to worry? But before that, we will take a look at what's been going on with the market and take a look at our PlantStock companies, and since it's Monday, we're going to do a comparison from last week. As always, I would appreciate an early thumbs up since it does help with their YouTube algorithm. If you're interested in getting up-to-date news and analysis on plant-based companies such as Beyond Meat, OTLY, Tattoo Chef, to name a few, 5 days a week, then make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. And also don't forget to join our free Discord channel where we talk about these companies at a more detailed level. And also, I provide you with a morning briefing 5 days a week. So take a look in the description. Thank you guys, I appreciate your help. Now, if we begin looking at the market, we can see that everything is basically going down. The S&P 500 is down 2.5% almost. The Dow is down almost 2%. The Nasdaq is close to 3%. And the Russell 2000, 1.5%. So if you think you're the only one where your stock is actually crashing down, be sure it's not. If we take a look here, we can see that Tesla is down around 6.5%. Square is ticking down at 10%. And our own Tattoo Chef down 10% today. That's actually one of the most I've seen in a long time when it comes to Tattoo Chef. Beyond Meat is getting close to 10% as well, 8.3%. The Very Good Food Company, the Canadian version here, is 7% down. The VGFC, which is the American one, but they are connected, is about 9% right now. OTLY down 4%, and then GDNP about 8.5%. So everything is basically going down. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Even our blue chip stock, the favorite, Apple, which is going closer to 3% down as well. Now, I think it's important to actually understand that this is not only going to affect the US, it's going to affect the whole world. There are worries in several countries. And as of late, I have heard more and more experts and high-profile investors raising their voices regarding too many or too high interest rates. That if this happens, it will not only be too harsh, but too rash. It seems like the Fed always reacts too fast in a manner that isn't always based on prudent analysis. Now, they started printing money like there was no tomorrow when this whole Rona started going, and didn't seem to reflect on the severe consequences that we are now facing. And at the moment, it seems that they are doing the same thing again, reacting too fast without long-term reflection. So right now, there are many people who are worried that this will lead to a recession, that people won't buy anything, production will be halted, etc. China, for instance, has chosen to lower rates instead in an effort to stimulate the economy, and the Fed has been affected by the Chinese in the past when making their decisions. This might be the case once again, but time will tell. Now, one of the reasons that things are actually crashing the way it is right now is when it comes to some certain aspect that people are looking for this week, which is that, as we know, most stocks have already started crashing in the last couple of weeks, but big tech has been spared until now, obviously, as we've experienced with Netflix. But will things continue down for tech and innovation, which affects our stocks, of course, as well? Well, that could depend on the earnings report this week from Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft. Amazon is reporting their results on February 3rd. But investors will also be looking at the Fed meeting that starts now tomorrow on Tuesday, and it's going on Wednesday as well, and we'll see if we can find any clues. And obviously, all of these uncertainties is going to affect the overall market. So which of our stocks was the best performer last week? Well, it was Baby F. They actually had a couple of good news items. Interestingly enough, they have also performed best year to date so far. VGFC was by far the worst performer last week. They have dropped almost 20% in just 1 week. Part of that could be related to that they now risk getting delisted from Nasdaq. Somewhat surprising is the fact that Beyond dropped about 7.48%, especially considering the good news they had during the week. Year to date, however, it is only a minus 5.46% drop so far. Both TTCF and OTLY did worse, and they have also had huge drops year to date so far. But for some interesting context, even the S&P 500 have dropped almost minus 8% year to date. Everyone is performing badly. Apparently, misery loves company. It should be stated, though, that these numbers were based on how the market ended on Friday, not what's happened today. Now, if we look at this article from the street, we find out that the author believes that the McPlant won't succeed. That is just a gimmick. The author points to the fact that it could be logical that having a healthy choice would make sense, but it won't work. Quote, the business logic for this makes sense. Some people want to eat healthy food, but the reality has never proven that anyone wants healthy choices from McDonald's. McPlant might be different, but the fast food giant has gone down this road before, and the ending has always been the same. He continues with pointing to the fact that salads really hasn't been a big seller, or the other healthier choices that McDonald's have had over the years. People might say they would like healthier choices, but when it comes down to it, they don't really buy them. Furthermore, he also points to the fact that these burgers aren't vegan or vegetarian friendly, so people who don't eat meat will likely not buy them. For those reasons, he believes that the product won't actually sell that much. My response to that is as follows. When comparing the McPlant to a typical meat burger, yes, then we could call this a healthier choice. But would we call it a healthy alternative overall? No way. It is very processed for sure. So comparing it to salads and apple slices seem kind of mute in my opinion. People want a healthier choice for sure, but they don't go to McDonald's and eat a McPlant thinking they'll lose weight. People want that grease, and they will get that with a McPlant. And then that this isn't a vegan option. Well, this is true in the US right now. It is actually prepared in a vegan fashion. Nonetheless, first of all, Beyond Meat aren't trying to cater to the vegans or vegetarians aspect of the population. They focus on the meat lovers, and that is why they will succeed in the long term. Second, there's plenty of vegans and vegetarians who aren't that zealous when they go out eating. Sure, many of us would prefer that it was prepared fully vegan, but many do their best, and convenience is important for most people. Also, living as a vegan doesn't equate with being perfect. All people, no matter how we choose to live our lives, have the intention of doing our best. There's already been a lot of indications that these are doing really well so far. A lot of great reviews, including analysts that has done their due diligence. But in the end, it will be up to the numbers that will tell the story. Q1 and Q2 will be really interesting. But if we come to the question that I was also going to answer, will we soon see a bottom with our plant stocks? Well, as you know, it's hard to predict given the market today. Like stated above, many of us didn't think we would see these kind of prices again, but there might be a chance that they will keep bleeding more in the next few months. But Sivan in our Discord reminded me of something that I haven't thought about for a while, and that is the stock history of Amazon. It tells me that even though several of our companies shot up to very high valuations and stock prices at one time, just because they come crashing back to extremely low prices in comparison doesn't mean that they won't come back to where they were up there and actually far beyond the price in the coming years. Now, analysts and many investors couldn't understand what Amazon was back in 2002. Analyst commentary about Amazon back in 2002 was, quote, "Look, they've shown us that the book business can be a very nice, profitable business online," said Mark J. Rowan, a senior internet analyst at Prudential Securities. The only problem is the book video music market is limited, and ultimately, if Amazon is going to justify its market capitalization, it's going to have to show that other categories are viable on the internet. So far, they have not shown that sales of other merchandise can grow rapidly and be profitable. Folks, Amazon before the dot-com bubble was up at over $100, but came crashing down to prices around $5. It took years for them to come back, yet here we are. Many analysts and investors couldn't see what was coming. Same with Tesla. And I'm telling you, many analysts and investors don't comprehend when it comes to how many people around the world would change how they eat be it as flexitarians, vegetarians, or vegans. In 5, 10, 20 years from now, when people look back and see the prices we now have in our plant stocks, and they might go even lower, they will be kicking themselves for not taking advantage of the incredible opportunity that we actually have in front of us now. Obviously, this is not investment advice. Well, folks, that was it for today. I truly hope you got a lot of value from today's video. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to be part of this channel, you want to get news 5 times a week at the very least, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. And if you want to have someone to talk to, you want people who focus on this market and this sector all the time, then feel free to join our free Discord channel. Guys, thank you for today. Remember, invest safe. Hope to see you tomorrow, and peace out.